Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Al Stock Trades. In this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about the most recent events that pretty much unveiled itself regarding Elon Musk's pretty much saying, go F yourself, to literally all of the advertisers that pulled away from X. Now, this is an important video because this is a direct attack on free speech, whether you like it or not. I want this to have and be an open dialogue for folks because, we really don't talk a lot about this on this channel regarding what is free speech. And it really is the cornerstone of what Al Stock Trade stands for. It's being able to allow people to voice their opinions and not be censored or not have information censored from them. Like, for example, a lot of retail investors, they get their information from censored material. So when they get understandings of a stock, they end up basically not having the full picture, and they make detrimental decisions that will lose them hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And this is what hedge funds have been making money on. So effective immediately, what we did is we partnered up as an official organization for Twitter to support them in this advertising war. To all the Apples, Disneys, I've canceled my subscription to all of you. And all the money that, this is coming out of my own personal money. We are supporting Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, as a official organizational member due to the fact that they are also supporting small businesses. We have the official gold tab, and now we're pretty much supporters and are a verified official organization on X. Now, interestingly, if Apple doesn't want to support them, if Disney doesn't want to support them, Paramount, Marvel, that's fine, okay? You can go ahead and continue your censorship crap. Americans are, and the world is not going to basically stand up for this cyberbullying, and we're going to continue, to fight this great fight. I'm going to just give you a quick, and by the way, you should definitely sign up, subscribe to the Twitter here. I'm going to be a little bit more active on it. And so the thing is, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a background regarding just my meaning of free speech. Unfortunately, I do not have free speech. My mouth is locked. I have a tape over my mouth. I don't have access to free speech. As a healthcare provider, they sit down with you your first day of medical school and they say, this is your talk. You represent the institution now. You are a professional. You can't pretty much go on top of a table and start basically dancing anymore. They just gave an example. That's not, the one definition. And unfortunately, they pretty much basically said, whatever you say now is going to be scrutinized, again, as a healthcare provider. And again, you have to ask yourself what kind of physician you want, right? But it's gotten to a point now where it's so bad, where politically doctors are shackled, not only by insurance companies, but by other doctors and by institutions. Institutions have turned this free speech game against physicians to where physicians can't even be able to speak their opinion. And if you don't believe there's a problem, then you are part of it, right? So my hopes are, like any oscillation, if you were to basically look at Brownian motion or a Fibonacci sequence retracement, everything is like a pendulum. It swings up and down or from side to side, right? So perhaps maybe we may be experiencing just an extreme, I hate to say this, but I'm independent, right? And if I were to say this bound here and this bound here is Democrat and Republican, I've seen Republicans drift off here, and I've seen Democrats drift off even further, okay? And here I'm stuck, and I'm looked at as a conservative now, when in reality, I'm an independent. I love Obama, right? But now looking at it, I'm thinking about the policies that help America, become number one, and it seems to me that the current administration is not in line to what my beliefs are. And again, this is basically, we don't want to talk about politics on this channel, but this has become a political problem. This has become a political problem, right? When you have advertisers attacking Twitter. We know Elon is not anti-Semitic, and if you actually know him, you know he's not anti-Semitic. Okay, a lot of his software engineers, some of them are actually Jewish. Okay, so this is a attack, a psyop on Elon. They've been wanting him to screw up, and he just basically gave them the gunpowder to attack him, and they want to bankrupt Twitter or X, wherever you want to call it. It still says twitter.com, right? Because you don't want to let go. That's a $40 billion name, okay? Now, unfortunately, if they are successful in demolishing Twitter, understand that everything is censored, okay? My channel is actually being shadow banned, if you haven't realized this yet. I'm the only one that is discussing accurate financial information and democratizing financial information, while others that talk about random technical analysis have thousands and hundreds of thousands of views. There's a clear attempt to shadow ban what we are saying, and that's just how it works. It's funny how on Amazon we have a book that's in the top 100 bestsellers, and we're selling hundreds of copies every day, but yet on YouTube, when we talk about stocks that hedge funds, Renaissance are increasing their position in, our videos are not circulating, and they're not, and some people are saying we're not getting your notifications. Okay. So there's a very clear attempt in restricting people's access to information. And like I said, if you watch the first video on this channel, hedge funds and all this information, they want to give you, and media outlets, they want to give you what you want to hear. Okay. They don't want to tell you the truth. Okay. And unfortunately, you have multiple people that literally have blinds on and have taken pills that basically shut their minds off, and pretty much are in agreement to give up their rights in terms of having free speech. Okay. So again, this is a problem. Elon Musk basically is attacking this. And, if it was any other billionaire, I don't think Mark Zuckerberg would have done this. I don't think Jeff Bezos would have done this. Elon Musk clearly doesn't care about money. He could have just basically rode away into the sunset after selling his PayPal company and enjoyed, but he went ahead and endured further entrepreneurship pain by purchasing two companies that literally weathered the great financial crisis. So again, here on this channel, we're always going to be striving to provide the clear truth. I don't care about views. I don't care about, in terms of if 5 people, 10 people are watching, that's fine. Again, those are 5 different people that are listening and learning and creating like a little community. Okay. So if it means a lot to you, and if you want it more than you want to breathe, then you will continue doing it. And I believe that's what Elon missions is in regarding to making humans a multi-planetary species, and by enabling people to have free speech. Free speech doesn't mean you have to like it. It could be speech that you don't like it. And your, opinions of being offended, that's your opinions. That is your feelings. And you should not subjugate that to other people because they don't have your feelings and experiences. Anywho, this is a long-ended topic. And unfortunately, as someone who's going to become a physician, I have learned early on that when I go into, the madrasa, right, of like school of universities, I can't be myself. Right? I can't. And you know what's funny? No one around me is their self. Right? You have to put on this basically political screen in your head, and it's not healthy. It leads to depression. It's probably one of the reasons I think why physicians have a high suicide rate. And I was on a dean review committee at my institution. And unfortunately, one of the deans said, I've wanted to say a lot of things on email, but I've taken it all in, right? And unfortunately, he got a stroke. Okay, unfortunately, he did not. So that this shows you that if you take away our rights that have been given to us by our founding fathers, you inherently basically cripple what this is called, this American dream. Okay. So if you, drop a comment on what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I think if you look at, for example, Google Trends, and if you open up Google Trends, and then if you type in cancel Disney, you're going to basically start seeing in the past, let's say 30 days, you can most likely start to see an uptick. You could start to see this little uptick here, and hopefully this continues, right? Cancel Disney, cancel, and I really hope this works. I really hope that, people that try to control our free speech, get, they just enable their dividends for their shareholders. Hopefully they cancel them, and because people are canceling. Again, listen, guys, thank you, Manny. Listen, guys, and my apologies for my dogs, okay? It took me 10 years plus to learn about the stock market. It took me how do you think I've been able to basically create this platform very quickly? I know what to include and what not to include. And there's some other stuff in there that I don't personally use that others requested that we've added them on there, right? But, it's taken me 10 years plus to understand the market, right? And I can tell you right now, this is the most disgusting market ever. And I've talked to one of our subscribers, and interestingly, they were saying that even with food, they have lied to us. Even with sugar, they have lied to us. And it's very difficult. Like, what do you have to be? The master of everything? You can't. There's some information that I probably been brainwashed about that I don't even know about, right? Which is why if you think in first principles, you somewhat protect yourself, okay? So hopefully this video gets out to you. Hopefully YouTube enables notifications. It's just, I find it funny that, in terms of our book on Amazon, we're in the top 100 bestsellers, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden here, we're barely having an audience to reach out to. And it just begs to question me, is this channel being shadow banned? Many people on our stock terminal and our subscribers to the Mastering Stock Market course have told us that, you know what? Are you sure you're not shadow banned? I'm like, of course, I believe we are shadow banned. And interestingly, now that we have premium access to Twitter, and I have my own liaison I can speak to because we are an official supporting business of Twitter, I reached out to them and I said, hey, interestingly, we got bot bombed by our Twitter page. And I looked at what bot bombing means. And the way the algorithm works is if you put a bunch of fake followers, then what the algorithm does is it matches to see who's interested in your content from your inner follower circle. And if you increase the amount of bots to the actual human ratio of folks that are interested within the platform, the algorithm will not distribute it to the masses. So I remember when I was talking about Clove, interestingly, we got spikes of just fake views. And I'm like, what in the world is this? And interestingly, if you go in and look at Clover Health and look at the Clover Health, the YouTube channel, and if you look at their videos and look at their most popular, why on earth is a video from a year ago having 250,000 views while their other videos have nowhere near that? And usually when you have views that are in 250,000, you would have at least 1,000 likes. They only have 41 likes. Clover has been bombed by bots. My channel has been bombed by bots, and my Twitter has been bombed by bots as well. This is an attack on people's right for free speech. This is an attack on people's right to essentially be able to democratize financial information to help retail investors win against Wall Street. This is a complete attack, and I don't know who's doing it, but I'm not going to stop. I don't care if one person is watching this video. I don't care if half a person is watching this video. I don't care if zero. I'm going to be here and I'm going to do my work as an American citizen, fighting for what I believe in, and that is equal market participants and democratizing Wall Street down to Main Street. Okay? I don't care if we stay at 6,000 subscribers for the next 20 years. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, because that, if you believe in something and if you want it more than you want to breathe, you're going to continue doing that. In any case, this was a long-winded, passionate discussion. I wanted to get my thoughts. I wanted to get my corpus of just my emotions out. That's backed by facts. As you can see, what I just showed you. And please comment to see, I want to know what you're thinking. I hope I'm a full person, fingers crossed. Hell yeah. No, we're going to continue doing it, and we're here to support the retail investors. We're here to we're a small business, and we're supporting Elon. Screw Apple. If they don't want to go ahead and basically help Elon Musk with his free speech and being able to create a town square, then all the small businesses out there, I'm not the only one who's thinking like this, right? This is coming from personal funds, and we're going to help support this as long as they're helping small businesses thrive. And that's it, guys. This is what we're going to be doing here. And if you like this content, please give it a like, because this damn stupid algorithm will help basically offset this attack that's been happening on Clover with 224,000 views on a video with only 1,000 subscribers and only 41 likes. This is a pure attack on Clover Health. They don't want you to buy it. But guess what? The truth will always prevail. You cannot hide the truth. And we're going to continue fighting for that truth. We're going to continue working hard for the retail investors. I don't care if I basically work a 14-hour, 15-hour shift. I will come back home and I will work hard for the retail community space, because I've seen what understanding this information has done to my life. It's changed my life. It's changed the wealth of my future offspring. And I don't have offspring yet, but I'm just, projecting. And it's changed the life of my family forever. And I want this change to be democratized to each and every one of my subscribers, to each and every one of our Mastering Stock Market students, and to each and every one of our Stock Terminal members. Okay? So I think certain people or institutions pump up videos with bots to try to attract attention, to make the stock go up or down for whatever reason. And then the problem is, when they pump it up like that, the algorithm, it actually hurts, because then YouTube says, okay, well, your normal folks that are not listening because they're bots, they're just like, blah, 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 they're just like bots, right? They're just hanging around in space. They're not real people. Then that basically suppresses someone's ability to reach folks, to teach them about intrinsic value, to teach them about discounted cash flow. It's unfortunate, right? But yet folks that basically teach about financial destruction, they continue basically getting thousands of views, because that is what, the algorithm wants to push. It really sucks, but you know what? We're going to continue working hard, and again, the truth will always prevail. The truth will always prevail. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always a pleasure. And I know this is a little bit different video, but this needs to be said. This needs to be said. I might even get in trouble with my institution for even making a video like this, but I'm willing to risk this for the greater cause of what free speech entails, because our founding fathers placed that as the First Amendment. And our founding fathers created the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. And guess what? They're going after both. They're going after both. And it's up to us to fight for our rights. Rights are, freedom is not free. Go speak to your people that served in the military. Freedom is never free. You have to fight for it. Blood was lost for the freedom that we are slowly losing. So don't let that blood die in vain. I'll see you in the next one.